Woman raises a boy to impregnate her and repopulate the earth after the apocalypse. Hello and welcome to our movie recap channel. Today I'm going to explain a sci-fi and horror movie called Second Origin from 2015. Hope you enjoy the video, so let's start. The film opens in Lleida, Spain, where the film's first lead, Dídac, is introduced. Dídac is a child laborer who works at a repair shop and loves playing football. At work, he listens to American news on the radio, according to which strong solar storms are disrupting the satellites, which can shut off the world's connection with any kind of technology. As the news states that catastrophic changes in climate are naturally occurring, the shop's owner approaches him and claims that the news is selling lies. Scenes are then cut to the second lead, named Alba. Alba is a late teen who makes vlogs of her life. In her most recent vlog, Alba goes to visit her father's cave, where he studies climate change. As she rides her red scooter all the way to her father's cave, a large number of dead bees along the road are noticed, confirming that the ecosystem is in danger. Alba visits her father for a quick vlog where her father sheds light on the increasing temperature in the winter. Afterwards, Alba goes to see Dídac, who happens to be her student who's learning English from her. Dídac becomes excited to see Alba recording his mother's shop, so he starts running around her in circles, causing his paranoid mother to create panic. The paranoid mother asks Alba about Dídac's progress, but they are interrupted by some punks on bikes who try to mess with Dídac. Much to Dídac's defense, his mother yells at the boys and scares them away. The following day, Alba promises to keep tutoring Dídac until his English is improved and rides back home, where she catches up with her father, who is late for his trip to Barcelona. Before leaving, her father reminds her to get bread, so she rides her back and heads back to the city. On her way, she spots the bullies, who have gotten a hold over Dídac. They mercilessly toss him in the river. Not knowing Dídac can't swim, Alba quickly gets off her scooter and pushes the boys away. When she dives into the river to rescue the drowning Dídac, the earth gets destroyed. She feels a lot of pressure and red lightning that pushes her down into the river. She manages to get her hands on the drowned Dídac and immediately swims back to the surface. As she comes out, she becomes frightened to see everything caught up in flames. She quickly helps Dídac get back to consciousness by pressing his chest, and she runs to the main city with him. Upon their arrival, they see every living soul turned into ashes. Dídac becomes emotional when he spots his dead mother buried under a heavy wooden structure caught on fire. He tries to go closer to his mother, but something mixes with the fire and creates a blast, causing Alba to pull Dídac back. Alba takes Dídac back to her father's cave and gets out a warm shawl and a coat to stay warm as it starts snowing outside all of a sudden. Petrified by his mother's death, Dídac asks Alba a lot of questions regarding what has happened, but she is just as confused. After spending the night in the cave, the two head back to the city, where they see the unbearable sight of the rotten corpses. Scared and baffled, Alba gets on a random bike and tells Dídac they will be going to Barcelona to see her father. Sadly, the bike doesn't work, which causes the naive boy to push it from the back while Alba is still sitting on it. Eventually, the bike crashes, causing Alba to fall over a piece of broken glass on the street. Poor Dídac claims that he knows how to ride a truck and get help for Alba, but Alba doesn't take it seriously and requests Dídac to take her back to her home. Upon reaching, Alba finds her house destroyed, but her father's glass and wooden dome happen to be the only things standing tall. Hence, Alba and Dídac get inside the dome and start looking for a way to make contact. Unfortunately, none of the electronics except a single solar charger work in the dome. The two end up snuggling on the same couch and surviving the cold at night. That next day, Alba reads her father's diary and makes a vlog stating she is hopeful of being contacted soon. That night, she gets utterly sick, so Dídac goes out in the night to get some medicine for her. He comes back the next morning and injects a painkiller into Alba's shoulder. He begins a side quest, which is to find a tractor and start fixing it somewhere else. Very soon, the two become hopeless of any contact and continue living as the only surviving humans. They create a small nursery to grow vegetables, arrange a never-ending supply of flour, and catch fish from the river, which indicates that the earth has rebooted itself. As many years pass by, Dídac becomes an adult who retrieves guns from police cars and starts practicing shooting. By aiming at hundreds of phones he has collected from dead people. One day, he shows up with a fixed truck and surprises Alba. The two pack all the necessary stuff and embark on a journey to find Alba's father in Barcelona. They use the truck's towing feature to lift up the broken cars from the road and pave their way to Barcelona. Alba's hopes about seeing her father are shattered upon seeing the destroyed Barcelona. The two end up driving around Barcelona until they find a tent that indicates someone other than them is also living. In the tent, the two hear a baby crying when a sudden earthquake strikes, but much to their disappointment, it's only a doll with a fake voice box. The two get back to their truck and end up in the football arena where Dídac always wanted to play professionally. He amuses Alba with his tricks and ends up making love with her at night when an unexpected rain storms in Barcelona. The lovemaking makes Alba realize that she and Dídac are the first couple of second humanity, and they must repopulate the earth by having children. With this new mindset, the two begin a new chapter of their lives, which is living on the seacoast as a couple. Very soon, Alba gets pregnant, and Dídac starts collecting the necessary stuff from the city for his coming baby, and builds a small camping place alongside a chain of broken RV vans. Alba finds a demolished library nearby and some books in good condition. Hence, she makes it a regular spot to hang out and read to gain worldly knowledge. As 9 months pass by, Alba starts feeling a sharp pain in her belly, which alerts her that it's time to deliver the baby. She immediately calls Dídac, who helps her deliver the baby. After a long struggle, Alba pushes out a beautiful baby boy, whom they name Kai. With Kai's arrival, Dídac and Alba stop feeling lonely and bond well, until one day when Alba spots a boat in the sea while breastfeeding Kai. Whereas Alba becomes excited and overjoyed, Dídac shows the opposite expressions. Alba ignores Dídac's feelings and waves at the boat anyway. Dídac returns with a sickle to protect his family, in case of any unexpected danger. Surprisingly, Alba finds an unconscious man on the seashore, a man who happens to be a wolf in sheep's clothing. They take him back to their camp, where he expresses happiness to find someone after 7 years of living alone like a lunatic. After having a wonderful time with someone else other than Dídac, Alba insists the man stay with them for a little longer. The man senses Dídac's unwelcoming look and decides to leave as soon as his boat is fixed, stating that he lives on an island. That day, Alba finds the man as a father figure when she sees him teaching Dídac to dig and bow the seeds in the nursery. The next day, the man secretly watches Alba breastfeeding Kai while feeling pain in her chest. Dídac spots the man staring at Alba's breasts and immediately shouts at him, finding him to be perverted. The man immediately takes out a jar of honey, stating that he extracted the honey himself on his island, and that it is a special kind of honey since it is prepared by the bees on his island that suck the nectar from a very rare kind of flower. He claims that the honey will soothe Alba's sore nipples, and she won't suffer pain while breastfeeding Kai. Dídac lets it go and forgives the man. This results in the man inviting them to a party on his boat as a last meetup with humanity. Alba excitedly takes the invitation and puts on a very beautiful dress for the occasion. On the boat, Dídac wishes to return to their camp. Alba shows interest in sleeping the night in the boat. Not knowing the man's intentions, the couple spends the night on the boat, only for him to show his true colors the next morning. The man strikes Dídac's head with a tool and pushes him into the sea. Alba catches this act and immediately jumps after Dídac with a tire tube to save him from drowning. The man runs away in his boat with Kai, and Alba and Dídac swim their way back to their camp, where they emotionally break down. Once they get back to their normal state, they decide to build a boat of their own and get their son back from the evil man's captivation. At last, they succeed in building the boat after days of hard work. Alba remembers that the man gave her a jar of honey extracted from bees that suck nectar from a rare kind of flower that's found only on his island. She goes to the demolished library and finds a book on flowers, from which she finds out about the name of the island that has those rare flowers. Subsequently, the two take a map and sail away. Soon they reach an island, where they find the man's boat. They get off their boat with a gun to secure them and find the man in a bee suit extracting honey from beehives. Alba insists on shooting the man from a distance, but Dídac isn't sure if he will get the right aim. This leads Alba to run into a basement room and find her son, while Dídac stays hidden and tries to aim for the man. Alba comes back worried and states that Kai is locked up in a metal cage. Dídac goes to rescue Kai, while Alba takes the gun and tries to shoot the man. Unfortunately, she gets diverted by Kai's crying, allowing the man to come and attack her. He takes the gun from Alba and calls out Dídac. He then uses the power of the gun to tie the couple in two different hammocks. However, Alba convinces him to set her free and breastfeed the baby. The man allows her to breastfeed the baby and comes outside to keep an eye on Dídac. Alba exploits the opportunity and runs into the woods with Kai. The man feels betrayed and starts torturing Dídac instead of running after Alba. When Alba hears Dídac's screams, she stops worrying. The man decides to run after Alba. The man tracks Kai's crying sounds and runs to the end of the forest, only to find a phone inside Kai's empty basket, in which his crying video is played on loop. He runs back to his place and finds Alba secretly handing a knife to Dídac. He shoots Alba's thigh and tells her to take Kai back to his cage. Surprisingly, Dídac frees himself and attacks the man with the knife. Alba gets a hold of the gun and shoots the man in the shoulder. The man pushes her and throws her down his basement and finishes business with Dídac. The two get into combat, resulting in taking each other's lives. Alba cries over Dídac's body for a long time and goes back to her camps with Kai. Years later, Alba is shown with Kai, who has reached the age when she first met Dídac. She shows her son different phases of Dídac on her phone vlogs and ends the film with a beautiful narration stating her love for Dídac as a seed of the beginning of mankind. I hope you liked the story recap. Thank you for being a part of Black's Movie Recaps. If these tales of mystery and intrigue sent shivers down your spine, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to Black's Movie Recap for more bone-chilling narratives. Stay tuned, and until next time, stay captivated.